This is 1360 AM. WNJC, Washington Township, Philadelphia. Philadelphia's Renaissance radio station. Brought to you from Forsyth Broadcasting. Or listen to us at WNJCradio.com. It's Philadelphia's Renaissance radio station. WNJC 1360 AM. Washington Township, Philadelphia. Broadcasting online at WNJCradio.com. A service of Forsyth Broadcasting.
Okay, everyone. It's time to put on your listening ears, thinking caps, and laughing shoes. It's time for the Doc and Amy Show with your sweethearts of the airwaves who agree to disagree, well, sometimes.
The following program is brought to you in living color on NBC. It just starts in black and white.
Take it away, Doc and Amy.
Feel blamed?
No.
Feel finished?
Oh, yeah.
Are you mad?
Uh-huh.
Do you feel like Woods Bob Rough Finished?
Oh, yeah.
Hello there. Welcome to the Doc and Amy Show. It's Sunday again at 5 o'clock. I was trying to sneak a drink of water and almost drowned. Happy Mother's Day to everyone. Happy Mother's Day, Amy.
Thank you.
Happy Mother's Day, John. And happy Mother's
What
Day.
are you trying to say?
I'm just leaving out profanity today.
Okay,
so
that's good.
as far as we know.
We'll see how that goes.
Yes. Happy Mother's Day to everyone listening. We hope you are enjoying yourself. We do have quite an array of things happening, as always. I would like to say, right at the outset of the program, I did get an email on our website, and I would like to give a shout-out to Helen in Glasgow, Scotland, who is corresponding with us. And she was on last week and sent me an email, and I did not get to it in time to address that on the show. So, hello, Helen. I hope you and all your friends are listening to us in Glasgow, having a good time there and celebrating Mother's Day. And just certainly keep in touch with us. Let us know what's going on. And, ladies and gentlemen, you can keep in touch with us as well. You can call us at 856-227-1360. You can twit us on Twitter at Doc and Amy Show, and my daughter chastised me for saying twit us, but it's Twitter, so I think all of the action should agree. So you can twit us.
It doesn't matter what you think.
Just let me finish. And,
no.
and you can visit our website, which is egregiously behind schedule, thedocandamyshow.com. Lots of things happening this week. We've been kind of shuffling around, so I did not get to all of the things I should have. But you can still contact us there and take advantage of all the little goodies on the website. And you can listen to our archive shows there as well. Every show we've done is on there. So certainly visit thedocandamyshow.com.
Amberly, you're right.
And whatever. You can also email us if that's your chosen means of contact. And that is docandamy@gmail.com. So, all of that's out of the way. We are glad you're here with us. We always enjoy bringing you this show. Mother's Day is today. Happy Mother's Day, darling.
Thank you.
And there are a few things happening today on May 11th, 2014. Now, we discussed last week that this is a month of observances, as every month is. We have Date Your Mate Month, Foster Care Month, National Barbecue Month, National Bike Month, National Blood Pressure Month, National Hamburger Month, National Photograph Month, National Recommitment Month, National Salad Month, and Older Americans Month. I don't know how all of those celebrations and parades and things take place all, within a month. But I know I missed the National Salad Month parade. I was supposed to be the Grand Marshal because I'm almost a vegetable.
Oh, my God. I'm really a big fan, and I think John will probably agree, of blood pressure. I think it's really helpful in my life.
Yes, you certainly put mine to the test.
So I think that's probably my favorite one. I prefer to have it rather than not. So I'm a big proponent of blood pressure.
Yes, my two favorite things are systolic and diastolic. Certainly, that's how I celebrate every day, whatever.
Hi, this is my daughter, systolic, and my other daughter, diastolic.
They're twins. Didn't have them back to back. One was over the other. I don't know. Whatever. So we are in what would be this second week of the month, correct?
Yes, dear.
So that would make this Wildflower Week.
That's quite exciting.
These are established facts. I'm just passing them along. This is a service I provide. So today,
Wow.
being the 11th, of course, it's Mother's Day. And again, we like to, all our friends and family out there, say hello to them and happy Mother's Day. It's also a couple of related holidays today. Eat What You Want Day. That's today. And in kind of a sideband celebration to Mother's Day, it's also Twilight Zone Day. So if your mother is anything like mine was, Twilight Zone Day is probably a concurrent celebration. So those are the things that we're having today as celebrations. Twilight Zone Day, I think I'm going to probably do something for that later.
No, I'd like to talk a little about Mother's Day since you just brought that up.
I'll have some recordings from Rod Sterling.
Oh, that's great.
Whatever. Go ahead.
Just about Mother's Day, a little history. It was started by Anna Jarvis, who it kind of began as a memorial to her mother. So everybody would come over to her house and they would remember her mother. Finally, in 1906, that's when it started, was in 1906. And a couple of years later, I think it was 1912,
6 years.
it became official. It became official.
Okay.
And that's when she quit her job and tried to, her job, what she wanted to do was make it official. That became her full-time job. In 1914, it was official. Woodrow Wilson declared it an official holiday. But it didn't turn out the way she wanted it to, because immediately companies and gift companies started commercializing it. Mm-hmm. She even went into a restaurant around Mother's Day and they named it a Mother's Day salad, and she took the salad, she ordered it and threw it on the floor and stomped out. They ended up arresting her. She held protests to try to get it rescinded, so it ended up being something she really, really hated because it became commercialized. She said that you shouldn't buy a card. You should write your mom a letter if you can't be with her, or just spend the day with her, that it wasn't about gifts and flowers and candy. It was about spending time with your mom or remembering your mom. So I just thought that was pretty interesting. She was a character, this woman.
So you have a woman who wants Mother's Day to be officially recognized, and when it is, she becomes a loon and starts throwing salads.
No, she wanted it to be recognized, but she felt like it was recognized in the wrong way. And she actually lived her whole life in Philadelphia. It actually started,
that explains a lot right there. Yeah.
It actually started, it is now Macy's, but it used to be Wanamaker's in Philly, right on Market Street. And that's where the first celebration was, but it turned into something she didn't want it to be. So
it's my way or the highway. Again, you could put a woman in charge. Anyway,
no, it's
cover me, John.
It ended up being sad story.
Yes, Mother's Day is always sad.
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't know.
Okay.
It is for me today, but that's a completely different reason. My mother, a God lover, was the shortest, funniest person I ever knew. God lover. I hope she's. I hope they stream us in heaven. Maybe they do.
They may.
I won't know for some time, I hope. So
if she tweets us, we have a problem. Or she twits us. I think she would say it was Tweeter. So
what I think is that the 140 character limitation would keep her from doing it.
No kidding.
She was a bit of a windbag when it came to starting to write things down, as am I. Now we had something of a non-celebration at our house. We did make something for the mothers in Amy's family, and then I got up this morning and made Amy breakfast and put together this egregious-looking decorative plate and made her eat it, and the race was on. So,
are you saying that it's egregious to try to get me to say how beautiful it was? Are you baiting me?
No, not at all. It
was fruit, and you put it like on little skewers. It was cute.
Okay, maybe cute, but it was not. It was.
It tasted good. That's all I cared about. I really could care less how elaborate the tower.
It was
is.
it was like a grape and melon transformer thing.
You're wasting your time with me if you do stuff like that.
Well, he ate it, right? So hey.
That's what I wanted. I wanted delicious tasting fruit, and it tasted good. So I don't really care what it looks
I
like.
can't take credit for the quality of the fruit. I'd like to say that I could, I made it rain. And,
Yeah, okay.
And I haven't, never mind.
I fertilized it with my own.
I'm not going to go into the making it rain thing now.
Yeah,
but,
jeez. It's great.
But then I also got encouraged to make a couple of fruit bouquets for Amy's mom and aunt. And I ended up with hands that I thought were going to be permanently green.
Because of some fruit roll-ups that I bought that ended up being Ninja Turtle fruit roll-ups.
Yes,
So
I was going to take these fruit roll-ups, John, and make rosebuds out of them and put them in there.
Yeah,
I'm a pretty artistic guy, and it was going to happen. But they ended up being about the width of a Band-Aid, and they were printed with Ninja Turtle stuff all the way down.
I didn't know they had Ninja Turtle printing. I just thought the box had Ninja Turtles on them. And I'm like, the leftover ones I could give to my nephew because he loves Ninja Turtles. I'm like, this is perfect.
Yes.
Well, they had Ninja Turtle printing on them. Happy Mother's Day. Like, that just wasn't
So now,
gonna work.
basically, what we have is green, sticky, flavored Ninja Turtle masking tape.
That
I couldn't use.
Nasty.
But I ended up, trying to go around Kelsey's barn and make something happen, and I sort of did. So,
and of course, the kids had to have them last night because they're the fruit roll-ups. I don't buy that junk. I mean, that's just trash. It gets stuck in their teeth.
we buy meat roll-ups, John.
No,
Yeah.
I don't. I would never. I would buy like veggie roll-ups. But we told them not to touch them because their hands are going to get green. So the little one comes out with chopsticks and uses chopsticks to peel the fruit roll-up off while he eats it.
I don't believe that my hands were green from the fruit roll-ups. I think it was from the
skewers?
The bamboo skewers that we used to construct the bouquets. They were, of course, bamboo colored. So the brilliant idea I had as a fallback position, John, was to take Crayola magic markers and color them green. And by the time it was all over with, I looked like a miniature version of the Jolly Green Giant.
But first, I bought green Twizzlers, but they weren't Twizzler brand. So I thought I could
have the
stick
hole
the
in the middle,
skewers
John.
through the middle of the hole of the Twizzler, but they were knockoff Twizzlers, so they didn't have the hole. So we're trying to stick them through. That didn't work. I'm like,
There were some
food
guys
dye.
selling knockoff Twizzlers out of the trunk of his car.
they
at
were
Shopper.
green. Twizzler doesn't have green. So then I'm like, food dye. So we try to food dye them, and that didn't work. I'm like, this cannot be. So I'm sitting there with marker. It's non-toxic marker. And coloring the skewers.
Next year, they're getting a bag of apples.
I know.
Okay,
I'm buying them
that's
a
it.
plant. I'm taking the easy way out and going to the store.
Yeah.
It's not even like it saved money. By the time you buy all the fruit and all the supplies, it's more expensive than a stupid hanging basket would have been. But they really liked it, though.
I was this close to being, a hanging basket case myself.
They liked it. So
It was. I poked myself with the little pointy skewers. I had green.
he looked.
color.
It was hilarious.
I was ready to lead somebody to my pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. I was green all over.
I never thought somebody could curse so much over fruit. Okay, that's enough. Just stop right there.
Took my dad to San Francisco once, but that's another story.
I tripped this guy. He was laying on the ground, and
Okay, whatever.
okay.
So happy Mother's Day. Thank God all of that is over. I am making something for dinner tonight, but
Yeah, you are. I'm not. That's one thing I'm not cooking today.
well, I was going to save this.
I don't want to be pampered. I don't need to be taken out to dinner. I don't need breakfast in bed. I don't want somebody waiting on me hand and foot. It actually irritates me. I don't want anything.
You're decades away from having to be pampered.
No, I don't like that. I don't like people fussing over me, but I really don't want to cook dinner on Mother's Day.
I like
That's
people
something.
fussing around me. I just like that I can get involved.
And my oldest, he's like, what do you want? And I'm like, write me a haiku. I'm joking around. He writes me 2 haikus. That's an awesome gift, though. I'd rather him do that.
34 syllables in one day, John.
No, he spent a lot of time on it last night. I'm like, what are you doing? He's there typing and then back. Like, what are you doing? And he's like, I'm writing your haiku. I'm like, really? I was just joking around. Pretty cool. So I'm gonna get that after dinner.
It was in Japanese. So
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, that'll be fun. I like stuff like that.
Then we're gonna do some gestures in kabuki theater style.
Well, we had Asian food last night. I made
Yes, we did.
homemade dumplings, shrimp and pork, and then I made the Thai lettuce wraps, which are awesome. It was pretty good. It was pretty good. I enjoyed it.
It helped me understand why there are no fat people over there. Anyway.
I have my quotes here.
Do you have? Okay, well, we will get to that. Now, for those of you who may be tuning in for the first time, we do this little activity that we call Two People, One Quote. And what happens is that Amy supplies John with a quote, and his job is to determine between the two potential authors for the quote that Amy again supplies, which one actually is the author of the quote. Now, if you've been playing along at home, you know that John won last week. As a resounding victory, 4-1.
Made me very happy.
So that puts Amy up 4 games in the continuing 5-game past series. So John is here to defend his title, and it quite well last week. 4-1. That was pretty impressive. It was exciting.
I was glad.
So this week, John, the pressure's on. Mm-hmm. And I actually had an email while we're on the subject from a friend of ours who listens to the show in.
So you're going to help him cheat?
No. He's down there in Louisiana. Right around the Katrina area, New Orleans, and. I'm trying to think as fast as I speak, and it's not going to happen. And he offered me a means by which you can actually cheat at the game. But
really?
At this point, I'm not gonna do that. But just know that it's there if you need it. So we're going to start with the Two People, One Quote. Amy's going to take off, and we'll see how this goes.
Okay, here we go. First quote. Kim Kardashian announced that she and Kanye are not yet married because they're working on their prenup. Apparently, both sides are fighting over whether the marriage should last 3 months or 4 months. Was it Jimmy Kimmel or Conan O'Brien?
I'm going to go with Jimmy Kimmel.
It was Conan.
Oh, one for Amy. Okay, here we go.
What must it be like to work at a rehab facility and you see Toronto Mayor Rob Ford walk through the door? I can imagine. Red lighting, a siren goes off. Someone yells, "This is what we've been training for, people. Let's go." That was a good one. Was it Jimmy Kimmel or Jimmy Fallon?
By the numbers, people.
I'm going to say Jimmy Fallon.
It was Jimmy Kimmel.
Okay, well, John is
That's a hard one. That was a hard
hijinks
one.
here.
Yeah. Some of them you can kind of tell who would say it, but that one was that was tough.
So currently Amy is standing at 2, and we always do 5. So, John, you have a chance to make the comeback here.
Okay, here we
Good
go.
luck.
For the second time in 3 days, the White House has gone into lockdown after someone threw an object over the fence. Finally today, President Obama took away Joe Biden's Frisbee. Was it David Letterman or Seth Meyers?
I'm going to say Seth Meyers.
Yep, you're right.
All right.
I had a feeling
John
you were going to get that right.
on the board. Okay, so it's 2-1, Amy's favor. Now we're getting into the point where it could be a toss-up here. Anybody's game, so keep them coming.
Okay. Yeah, Rob Ford said he likes rehab because it reminds him of the football camp he went to as a kid. Then his parents were like, that was also rehab. That was my favorite one. Was it Jimmy Kimmel or Conan O'Brien?
I'm going to say Jimmy Kimmel.
It was.
Oh,
that's it.
This is the game that I love. This is 2-2. This is the tiebreaker right here, the cliffhanger, the moment of suspense. I can't wait. Come on, John, you can do this. Defend your title.
Thanks. Adele posted a cryptic tweet today that hints about a possible album release in the coming months. In anticipation of the album, women everywhere have already started crying. Is it David Letterman or Seth Meyers?
I'm going to say Seth Meyers.
You're right. He's won again. That's it.
John has prevailed. He's on a roll here, 3-2.
That was better than last week, though. At least I didn't get killed.
Well, that puts him at 2 games. It's sequentially here. Oh, that's cool. And
funny.
In reference to Adele putting out the album, if she's going to put a picture of herself, I'm going to start crying ahead of time as well. Okay, so that's our 2 people, 1 quote. John has prevailed. He did a 3-2 maneuver there, outflanked Amy. So he is 2 games in a row here. Amy was running a 4-game streak, so this is starting to get exciting.
Catching up here.
I like that. That's.
If I could just cut in, I'd like to do.
You always do, Tom.
I have a segment today, but I want to break it up because I don't want it to get boring. So I'll just interject them here and there.
Okay.
And then if you have something you want to talk about, go for it.
I get nothing.
What this is these are inappropriate Amazon reviews or Amazon reviews that are just wrong.
Inappropriate?
Yeah, they're just wrong. They're not that inappropriate.
Oh,
there were some inappropriate ones. I'm not using those.
I see. Okay.
Some of them were really bad. But so I'm just going to intercede with a couple of them here and there. They're pretty funny. So,
well, let's hear it.
The first review is on the Bible. So here we go.
Oh, boy.
For those of you who don't know, this is God's second novel after the Old Testament. It's a marked improvement, in my opinion. He got rid of a lot of his previous angst and scorn and has already begun to show some of the maturity present in his later works. That said, there is still vast room for improvement. Plot-wise, there really isn't much suspense, and the story can be incredibly repetitive. I like the whole Jesus character, but let's face it, the whole good guy martyr thing has been done before. There was no need to devote so much of that book to that guy.
Okay.
I mean, it was all done tongue-in-cheek. Obviously, you can't review something unless you purchased it. So this guy bought the Bible. He was just, doing it tongue-in-cheek.
Or he went to a motel and got it from the Gideons.
No, you have to buy the product to be able on Amazon to be able to review it. You can't review something you haven't bought. I believe.
Oh, I thought it was a totally.
Yeah, you are
fake.
not. You don't have the option to review unless
So that's
you
actually
purchase.
on Amazon.
It is on Amazon, and he had to have purchased the book on Amazon to review it.
What a nitwit.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, no, I think it's funny. So, it's supposed to be tongue in cheek.
Okay. Do you have another one?
Yeah, I can do one more right now. That's fine. This is the whole. The item is funny. It's Bic, the pen making company.
Mm-hmm.
Bic for Her medium ballpoint pen. That's the name of the type
Medium.
of pen. Bic for Her.
Medium. Okay.
Okay, but it's Bic for Her.
Right.
That's the pen.
And it's a medium.
Okay, here we go. Right, here we go. Quote, my husband has never allowed me to write as he doesn't want me touching men's pens. However, when I saw this product, I decided to buy it using my pocket money. And so far, it has been fabulous. Once I had learnt to write, the feminine color and the grip size, which was more suited to my delicate little hands, has enabled me to vent thoughts about new recipe ideas, sewing, and gardening. My husband is less pleased with this product as he believes it will lead to more independence, and he hates the feminine tingling sensation, along with visions of fairies and rainbows he gets whenever he picks it up. So they were bashing
The tingling sensation?
Bic. Bic for Her? What? Why would you design a pen for a woman?
Wait, the important question. Where does the tingling sensation come from?
It's a joke.
So is this battery powered?
I don't know. I just think
because there's a line there that I use in my stand-up that I can't use here, but that's very suspect. Maybe it's a
I
dual
think
purpose.
the whole point was, why would you make a pen just for women? Why do pens have to be different for women?
Why does a lot of stuff have to be different for women?
It's just crazy.
Pink toolboxes, for her, whatever, then they have women's hospitals. Why can't anybody go to the hospital? They have all these, forums and things and stuff for women, like the breast cancer. Prostate cancer kills
So
more
start
men.
a prostate cancer group.
Well, I don't want to be next. But never mind.
Oh, boy.
No, but really, the count, the incidences, whatever, per 100,000 in breast cancer since in the time between 1977, I think, or something like that, to 2006, breast cancer decreased and prostate cancer didn't, and more deaths were attributable to prostate cancer than breast cancer, but we don't hear about that. Nobody's, there are no brown ribbons.
Oh, Jesus. All right, next story.
Would you want one of those on the back of your car?
Next story. We'll come back to some more Amazon reviews later.
Okay. Are you... Oh, it's my turn for the next story. Okay. Well, I had some things that I was going to present out of Weird News. This has been such a slow news week.
I have a bunch of stuff.
But I was, trying to find things that were really, really...
Weird and off the wall.
Well, not so much. Interesting, maybe?
Yeah.
And not having such a good time with that. But there are some things. You go ahead with yours, and I will dig a little deeper here while I'm...
Okay, well, first I have a quote from Marco Rubio, and Marco Rubio is a Republican from Florida.
Uh-huh.
And he said, this is in regarding to climate change. And I think, why does it sound like there's something talking in the background? That's odd.
Well, I don't know, but you just do what you gotta
I don't
do.
know what's going on. It sounds like maybe I'm hearing things, whispering. Anyway, so Marco Rubio said, this is in regards to climate change, which I've been hearing a lot about in the last few weeks.
Oh, God, yes.
He said, I do not believe that human activity is causing these dramatic changes to our climate. I think it is Democrats.
I think so, too.
Oh, please.
No, they just came out with a study from 300, properly engaged scientists today, and I use the word scientists rather tongue-in-cheek, going on with the agenda of global warming, blah, 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 when, another 300 and some scientists came up and said there's no science behind this. This is just abject propaganda.
It is pointless to discuss it because for every person who says it exists, somebody else says it doesn't, and it's all backed by scientific evidence. So that's something I refrain from discussing.
With no warming in 18 years, where's their evidence? That's where I'm going.
Okay.
And then that's where the study said, what they wondered the same thing. So they wondered the same thing. Sorry, that was a weird thing. At the Philadelphia Zoo, tigers are crossing a catwalk right above people's heads.
Really?
Yes. Philadelphia Zoo, the nation's oldest, is unveiling an exhibit that allows its large cats to walk along enclosed overhead trails that span the zoo's pathways. So you can be walking along and there's a tiger right over your head.
That's pretty cool.
Yes.
We haven't been in a few years. We'll have to take the kids.
I don't care for zoos.
Why? I love the zoo.
They're full of smelly animals.
We had fun the last couple times we went. What do you mean you don't care for them? We had fun when we went.
What zoo did we go to?
We've been to Philadelphia and Cape May. I love Cape May Zoo.
Well, we went to that little Cape May Zoo.
We've been to Philadelphia.
Half of it was closed from this blizzard damage from like 6 months before that. Remember?
Was it?
Yes, a lot of the exhibits were just closed. It was like walking through, Return from New York.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that.
And we've never
like
been
it,
to the
though.
Philly Zoo.
Yeah, we have.
No, we haven't.
Maybe I've just been with the kids. Okay.
Yeah. I don't, if
I like it.
They don't give me a means to hunt. I'm not going to the zoo.
Oh, jeez.
Anyway, the new walkway officially opens on Saturday, but two tigers, Wiz and Dimitri. Now, see, if a tiger's named Wiz, I don't want him over my head.
Yeah, what's up with that?
No, that doesn't bode well.
Somebody didn't think that through. Like naming him Squirt.
Well, and here's the other one. They never encountered humans at anything other than the eye level before, said Kay Buffamonte, lead keeper of the zoo's Big Cat Falls exhibit. Okay. First, you have a cat over your head that weighs 300 pounds, and his name is Wiz, and then you're in Big Cat Falls. This is like the worst.
I didn't think that through.
Yeah. So, whatever. Being elevated for them is a position of power, is what she said.
Right.
Once inside, the two cats like to run. Seen them get up to pretty high speeds. Okay, they can do that on the ground. Whatever. I'm just saying.
I'm guessing the point of that is that many times when I've gone to the zoo, the cats are far away and you can't see them. They're hiding. So if you invite them to walk above your head, people may get to see them more. And I think that's probably the point.
A tiger that weighs as much as 4 adult human beings, I want them far away.
I don't. They're caged up. They're not going to hurt you.
Well, I certainly don't want them over my head in this mesh tube when their name is Wiz and it's called Big Cat Falls. I don't appreciate the irony. Okay, that's just me.
Okay, whatever you say.
Well, it was just I have to find things to pick on, but I don't really care for that. There was another one. There was a very cool YouTube video where there's a bear trap sitting there, and it's an enclosed bear trap. You go in, the door slams shut, and you put it on a trailer, boom, drive away. I don't know why, but bear walks up, takes a look at it, backs up to a tree, scratches his back for about 30 seconds, gives it, really a good back scratching on the tree, looks at the trap, starts to walk away, reconsiders, comes back, takes the donut that's the bait out of the trap, and puts it in his mouth and walks away.
How do you manage that?
I don't know, but it's hilarious. It's like, we're going to catch us a bear. No, you're not. I don't know. And you've got all kinds of stories about a guy who wrote a robbery note. He went into a bank and gave them a robbery note. He wrote on the back of a receipt he'd gotten. So it has some information on there.
Oh, my gosh. Wow.
It was with his EBT card.
Wow.
The receipt. Okay, so identifying information all over the place.
Yeah.
So
not real bright.
He said, well, I threw that away, so anybody could have had it. Okay, so, but, that guy happens to exactly match the surveillance video.
Yeah, exactly. Wow.
As do you. So,
not real smart.
No,
that's probably why he's stealing things.
Crime has never been, a sole pursuit of the geniuses in the population.
That is very true.
What we do at this point in time in our show, thank you for hanging with us through this blather. You can, I would like to remind you, call us at 856-227-1360. That's 227-1360. We have our Twitter account up in front of us. You can give us a twit. You can email us, you can call us, you can get on our website, thedocandamyshow.com. Lots of ways to get in touch, but feel free to do that. And again, hello, Helen in Glasgow, Scotland. I told her I would get that out of the way. I'm going to be doing that throughout the show. But we'd like to take a break here for the folks that do sponsor our program. We will be back shortly with more of The Doc and Amy Show.
Hey, everybody, we want to let you in on a little secret of ours. CPS Computers. They have new computers and equipment for you at great prices. And they do free diagnostics. And they can fix your broken machine for you. And get this, they can also do screen repair. And now, hard drive recovery. Remember, diagnostics are free. And if you have a computer-related need, they can help you out. They have 2 locations, one in Woodbury Heights at 722 Mantua Pike between the Subway and the Dollar Tree. The phone number for that location is 856-251-1005. And they have another location in Cinnaminson in the Sherwin-Williams Plaza at 1204 Route 130 North. The phone number for that location in Cinnaminson is 856-829-3289. For a limited time, just mention the Doc and Amy Show for a 10% discount and look for information and coupons on our website, thedocandamyshow.com. Remember, CPS Computers for everything you need for your computer.
At Steel Shield Consulting, we're aware that these troubled economic times lead to, trouble. We stand ready to provide the security solutions and peace of mind that people desire at a minute fraction of the cost of national firms with multi-year contracts. Companies that offer cookie-cutter, bare-bones packages that leave vulnerabilities in place. Since the idea is total protection, shouldn't you be offered total solutions? At Steel Shield Consulting, we strive to construct an impenetrable barrier of protection custom designed to cover all the bases. The time is now. The need is urgent and money is tight. We address this with Steel Shield's triple play, promptly addressing critical home security needs while working within budgets. Save yourself thousands without sacrificing protections. Remote alarm notification, two-way emergency voice communication, and all the important features you want and need can be had for thousands less than the other guys. Call Steel Shield today and give yourself the peace and security you need at 856-571-3939. That's 856-571-3939. Steel Shield Consulting. Hey, if you'd like to be a guest on The Doc and Amy Show and exhibit your talent, let us know about it at www.thedocandamyshow.com, right there on the World Wide Web. That's thedocandamyshow.com. If you're an up-and-coming performer, if you have some kind of talent you'd like to showcase on our program, we'd love to have you. Just let us know. www.thedocandamyshow.com. You could be our next star. Okay, we are back. Thank you for your patience and coming back to us. You can contact us at 856-227-1360 with anything that's on your mind. We have lots of things on our mind, but about 10% of that we can share with
our minds. We don't share a mind, thank God. We'd go insane.
Well, I would certainly bear the brunt of these supplies. So
I do not hear whispering anymore. I was hearing whispering in my headphones.
Rad,
no, it was really, it was like, like you have like talk radio and it's turned way, way down, like, and you're like, what's that sound? What's that sound? My nephew says that all the time. What's that sound? It's a car, Luke. What's that sound? It's the same car. What's that sound? A car. What's that sound?
That was me slapping
the same car. Yeah. But anyway, I could hear it, and I thought it was maybe my computer. I turned it, and it's gone now. Maybe I'm just going insane.
My money's on that. Now, we're talking about some oddball things in Pennsylvania and around the globe. Now, I did see a thing on the internet. A gentleman who's 111 years old contemplating what he's going to do next.
I've seen that, yeah.
How about breathe in and out? Just keep doing that. There's really not a whole lot more. You're kind of out of time at that point. You should have, if you haven't done it by now, get over it.
That's just nuts.
In Chalfont, Pennsylvania, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, Chalfont. There's a legal battle over the classic arcade game of skee ball. You like skee ball?
I love skee ball.
Skee ball is awesome.
I have a skee ball story when you're done.
Okay, we'll be looking forward to that. The suburban Philadelphia company that owns the trademark of skee ball, Philadelphian company, so this is all right in our backyard, is at odds with the New York creators of brewski ball. Brewski ball, okay? Mm-hmm. Participants in brewski ball drink beer while competing for high scores in the bowling-style game. The league is based at the Brooklyn bar Full Circle. So the league founder, Eric Pavani, tells the Intelligencer, you going to be all right? I think that it's... Well, there are voices and now coughing.
I went down the wrong pipe. Did that ever happen? Like you're just swallowing your saliva and it just goes down the wrong pipe?
No, for ingestion, I have only one pipe.
Gosh.
So
wow.
Where was I? According to the Intelligencer, the CEO of Skee Ball Inc. gave the outfit his blessing in 2005. However, Skee Ball Inc. sued Full Circle for trademark infringement. Full Circle countersued, claiming Skee Ball's trademark is generic and should be canceled. So they've been having this lawsuit, volley and serve back and forth. So it's pending in federal court in New York now.
That sounds like fun.
Brewski Ball supporters set up a crowdfunding site this week to help them with legal fees. So my whole point here is that it doesn't matter what it is. It could be javelin throwing. You can make a drinking game out of it. Some things you shouldn't.
Yeah, really.
But weightlifting.
Not a good idea.
Drop the bar, take a shot.
Yeah, knife throwing.
Yeah, knife throwing. That's right. Biathlon. Sorry. Some things just don't do well with as a drinking game.
Well, I went to Dave & Buster's. This was years ago, and I do love skee ball. I love it, and I used to be pretty good at it. When I played more,
yes, she has ribbons and medals.
Yeah. So I'm playing skee ball, and at Dave & Buster's you get tickets to buy prizes.
That's skee ball. The machine spits them out.
You'd have to spend about $200 on games to get enough tickets to get like a plastic mug. I'm sure John's been there before.
Did you ever play skee ball, John?
The tickets are worthless. Like you literally cannot.
You got to be there all day.
1/10 of a cent. Yeah, like
you
coupons.
literally have to spend $200 to get anything. I'm playing skee ball, and they have the $100 little hole things at either side, where you have to go to the left or the right. Get sink number 1, sink number 2, sink number 3. Sink number 4. Now I'm like, you got to be kidding.
She's cutting the groove.
Now this is not luck. You have to hit it. I'm in the groove. I had only played like 4 or 5 games. I'd warmed up a little. Sink 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm like, you got to be. I'm by myself. Like
that's like throwing a 300 in bowling, basically.
So I'm just excited because I'm doing it right. I'm just thinking this is really cool. No one's ever gonna believe me that I did this. This is the only thing that stinks, Now
she owns a skee ball emporium.
Yeah, it's no kidding. So I throw the 10th one. I sink it. I'm like, yes, I'm serious. Like this is so cool. There's nobody's gonna believe me. All these sirens in the whole place go off. Like lights everywhere. Music starts playing.
You get arrested?
It was like the casino. Like everything went wild. 10 people come out of nowhere, Dave & Buster's people, and walk over to me. They're like, you're the one playing the skee ball? I'm like, yeah. They're like, you won our grand prize. I'm like, it's a hamburger. What? I couldn't even believe it. I'm like, now somebody will believe me that I did it. And they're like, yeah, no one's done this in like 3.5 years. And I'm like, and I look up, and it's like one of those progressive machines, like at the casino. Every time somebody plays, it goes up, and there's like 45 million points or something. I I still don't even get that much. Like, it's not even like I got like a
Frisbee with David.
No, seriously, I thought, I'm like, oh my God, well, what am I going to get? So I ended up getting like a mug, a T-shirt, a Frisbee. I think I got a Frisbee.
You gotta have a Frisbee, yeah.
No, and then I did get like a $20 gift card or something, or $40 gift card or something, because you could pick a gift card.
For skee ball, yeah.
No, but I didn't even care. I mean, that was cool, but 45 million points didn't even go that far, which is like ridiculous. I'm making up the amount. It was a lot of points, but it, like, literally 10 people came out of the woodwork, and people were like looking at me like, what did she do? Like, they're thinking they're going to take me out in handcuffs or something. But I was just excited because I'm like, now everyone will believe me. They gave me like a certificate too.
Wow, why isn't that hanging on the wall?
Whatever. Isn't that a cool... shut up. That was a rhetorical question. He has all these cool stories of all this cool stuff he did, and I have no stories. And the kids are like, you keep telling the same stories over and over. I'm like, because I have no stories. I have no stories.
I'm not sure I've heard that story more than twice.
Shut up. I know I've told you before.
I only once, though.
I do like skee ball, though.
Yes, well, if
I do enjoy it.
Willing to invest a couple $100 a visit, sure,
yeah,
I guess
then
so.
it's worth it. So, speaking of skee ball.
Okay.
So Ron Kaplan, he's the chief executive of Trex, and they make the wood planking for decks,
yeah,
okay? Which is,
pretend porches, Lego patios.
He said he asked job candidates who are from other cities if they want to go out to lunch during the interview. And of course the candidates are like, sure, this sounds great. So on the way to the parking lot...
So they go to Dave & Buster's and play skee ball.
Yeah, really.
Okay.
So on the way to the parking lot, he hands them his car keys and asks them to drive.
Because he's an alcoholic.
No, he does this for two reasons. He said first he wants to see what kind of reaction they have to driving his car. Of course, he's the CEO. And then second, to test their ability to multitask. Why are you laughing?
Go ahead.
So apparently Melissa Meyer, who I think most people know as the CEO of Yahoo, she read this article that I read, and apparently she thought it was a great idea. So she has started taking, this was a few years ago, she started taking candidates doing the same thing, but she took them to her house. And she has them change her children's diapers while cooking dinner. And apparently she's been doing this like 5 days a week for the last 2 years.
So she gets free...
and she's hired no one.
That's right.
She hasn't hired anybody in 2 years.
But she doesn't need a nanny and she doesn't need a maid.
No. Smart girl. That's why she's the CEO.
God.
I made that up.
No, I was thinking it one time.
I didn't make up the first part of the story. That is true. He does that, but I made up the...
I get a couple of stories there. In the Navy, I was... just in the right place at the right time, and the CO of the command. Okay, this guy, he's a captain, 4 bars,
okay,
in the Navy. We were just, it was just like a random spot I happened to be in. I was just, it wasn't like I had any real reason to be there, but I was outside his office, and he's looking around, and he was looking for his driver, and not around. And he looks at me, and he hands me the keys of the command car. And he says, I need to ride over to wherever he was going. He says, you got time to drive me? I'm, sure. So we go out and open a car door for him. I put him in. I get in the front seat. And I'm driving across a base, and the base speed limit is like 15 miles an hour.
Yeah.
And I turn around, I look at him, I say, hey, I'm going to open this up, see what it'll do. And he's looking at me, and I speed up, and I just take off. And he's like, you can't be possibly doing it. He was having a fit in the back seat, I got up to maybe 30 miles an hour.
Yeah,
He thought, it's time to take off to the race.
We're going to die, yeah.
And another time, a guy hands me car keys, taking people home from church, okay? And so, there was no bus. It was an evening service, whatever. And I'm 5 or 6 people got to, shuttle them home from the service. And so he's got a brand new Caprice Classic. This is when they first came out. They look like a 50 Hudson, that big.
Oh my God,
curved,
those things are
ugly.
gigantic.
Yeah. And he was he'd had it a few days, right? He's very proud of this car. And he hands me the keys, says, go ahead and take them home. I got some stuff to do here. Just come,
Would you
take
fit
them
like
and come
15
back.
people in the car? Those things were gigantic.
Yeah, it's like a parade float. Mm-hmm. And so I'm gone 20 minutes or so. I come back. He's standing, in the lobby. I can see him through, a little bit of glass there. I can see him, and I'm sure he's wringing his hands, right?
Yeah.
So I pulled up to where he couldn't see me by looking out the window. And I come back in and I throw him the keys. He said, how'd everything go? I said, it wasn't too bad. I'm having a little trouble getting that airbag back in the steering wheel. And I never saw a white guy turn so much whiter. So, he
should have known that you were making that up, knowing you.
On a good day, I would have hit a tree just on purpose, just to see it.
Sometimes, though, people get so particular about stuff like that that they can't see the forest through the trees. I listen sometimes to...
That's the route I took. That's why the airbag was out of the steering wheel.
Yeah, in the morning, if I'm leaving at the right time, Q102 has... Now, I don't listen to the morning show on there, but I listen for this specific thing, the prank calls that they do on people. And they do them every day.
Yeah,
and
Tom Mabe used to be.
They do a really good job with them. There's another station that 194.5.
We should do that.
They're not funny.
Can we start doing that, John? Prank calls?
No, it's not prank calls. You set somebody up ahead of time, you pre-record it, and then you get their permission.
No, we do it live. I vote for live.
No, we're not
what do you
doing
think,
it live.
John?
Would be pretty fun.
John and I say live.
Anyway, so this guy is apparently a maniac about his car. He lets his daughter borrow it for the first time. So she calls him and she pretends that
I've heard
she went to the gas station and pulled away with the
hose
gas
still
pump
in there,
still in there.
The whole gas pump?
She had this guy going so bad.
He hit soprano notes. He was so shook up.
Well, I listened to this, and I didn't catch the very beginning because they introduce everything, they explain it all. I'm catching it as she starts to tell him what happened. So I'm listening to this whole thing, and they tell the guy, they're like, and they didn't say his name, and she didn't refer to him as dad. So they're going through the whole thing. Finally, at the end, he's like...
Oh, yeah, he was.
And then she's like, "Oh, you're on Q102's, and he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna kill you." And I'm like, "Wait, I thought it was a woman.
Yeah.
I thought whole time she didn't refer to him as dad, and she didn't say his name. I literally thought it was. I thought I was listening to the mom,
like he was caught in a zipper or something.
And then they told him, and he's like, I'm going to kill you. It was a men's voice. And I'm like, I almost crashed my car because I'm like, I had no idea it was a guy. But these people get so, then I've heard the ones where the girlfriend will get the guy and will be like, oh yeah, well I cheated on you last week and blah, 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 blah. And then it gets ugly.
That was good. Thank you very much.
It's all fake, and the guy just admitted that he cheated on her or stole something from her or whatever, and you're like, oh my God.
Yeah, those are fun. We should do that live, John. Can we set that up for next week?
We're not doing that live.
I vote live.
No.
I vote we're doing it live next week. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, we'll do it to your dad then. How's that?
I'm not sure he's alive. Anyway,
I was talking to John.
I think John. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
No, I think he would recognize.
That'll go over well.
Any of our voices.
I'd like
he's
to keep my
recognize.
job. Thank you very much.
No, we have to, John. I'm going to set that up. We'll be here
That
early
sounds great.
next week live.
Okay.
We're going to do this live. And also we want to say, another greeting to, and I'm going to give kind of his internet handle, head scratching, has indicated.
Oh, okay. Yeah. He listens.
Liking the show. So welcome, and I hope you're listening again. We have friends from all over the globe.
We do.
Zanzibar. We got everywhere.
Zanzibar. Well, speaking of all over the globe.
Yes.
Apparently, in Germany, Procter & Gamble has they obviously distribute...
Procter & Gamble, that's an 80s band. They sell soap now. They're the Amway.
They distribute soap all over the world, and they have a detergent called Ariel. Well...
I was going to use this story in a minute.
Yeah, apparently, I hijacked it. They...
Thanks.
Apparently... they use the number 88 on their detergent labels, and 88 stands for Hail Hitler.
Heil
Hitler. I know, I read that, and I'm like, wait a minute, I'm not saying that right. Heil Hitler.
It's the Hail Hitler play.
Hail Hitler. And so they had to apologize because obviously it was offensive to people. So apparently it came to light that the same thing happened with Sargento cheese. They're apologizing today for a similar type of error that when the cheese's SKU number included 666 on their package. They've agreed to change the SKU number, which I think is reasonable, and Obama said he used to be happy with the result.
Well, he should, because in a related story, our resident, the resident of the United States, has decided by executive order to raise the minimum wage for federal workers to $10.10 an hour.
Yeah.
Now, that includes workers at fast food restaurants on all the military bases.
Right.
Which brings their minimum wage up above the prevailing wage out in the community locally.
Right.
Which is not to be done. That's
right.
So there is the little bailiwick there. However, they also have to, by this executive order, as I understand it, contribute to a health and welfare fund that is increased by about 50%, raising the increase to $6.66. He is the Antichrist, John. And that just proves it to me.
And then they ended up making less money.
Well, they end up getting fired. They're going to have to close these things, and it's going to cost about 5,700 fast food military-based jobs because they can't afford to do that.
That's just stupidity.
So,
it's called not thinking things through.
Good plan. Good plan. Yes.
How about another Amazon review?
How about we want to put this out? It's kind of like an Amber Alert.
Okay.
A missing persons poster with a picture of Toronto Mayor Rob Ford is seen in Toronto. This was just a few days ago. He said that last month he would take some time off to get treatment for an alcohol problem, and people have started putting these missing posters up everywhere.
Oh, yes, my gosh.
And there's the picture of him. He looks like, I don't know, Farley.
Chris Farley?
Chris Farley.
He does look like him.
He looks like
bit.
Chris Farley, who has just sat on a porcupine, an electric porcupine, in this photo. It's hilarious. So now, God help Toronto, Rob Ford is missing.
That's just a whole mess.
And another thing here, it was this is just another story that caught my attention rather. A Tokyo pub puts bald people first. It's basically put out the message that being bald is nothing to be embarrassed about and offers discounts to customers suffering from hair loss. So they are catering to bullet heads over in Tokyo, folks with no hair, head of the line privileges.
Oh my God!
Yes. So and outside, in order to get the cover charge, I'm sure there are scalpers. You can stop this anytime, John. You know that. You got buttons and everything over there. So now, I'm sorry. What do you have there?
No, I have a couple Mother's Day jokes. Maybe I should do them first.
Go for it.
Okay.
It's that.
So, I think either you're the mom telling the joke, or you're the mom. But I think somebody will get a kick out of this either way.
You're the mom telling the joke, or the mom?
You're on the phone with your mom, and you're troubleshooting her computer with her. So, click on Start. Start. Good. It's on the bottom left corner. On your monitor, Start, click it. Go to the control panel. It's in the Start menu, It's what popped up when you hit Start. No, don't hit Start again. Okay, hit Start again. Did the Start menu pop up? Then click Start. Now go to control panel. Click on it. Click on control panel. That Start menu disappeared? Click on Start. Okay, it'll be over. I'll be over.
Yeah. I could see me trying to walk my mom through something like this.
Yeah, that's why I knew everybody would laugh.
Push button phones.
Yeah.
Freaked her out. She wouldn't use the microwave because she thought there was like Satan inside and, big.
Yeah, I thought that was really. I thought that was a good one.
I can't imagine walking my mom through any process on the computer over the phone. I mean, just trying to, call waiting.
Yeah.
Not a chance.
No.
That's going to work.
So the little girl asked her mom, "Mom, how come computers are so smart?" "Mom, because they listen to their motherboards." That was a dumb one.
That was a letdown, really, from the last one.
Yeah, so I thought that was a. What are you writing down?
Just mind your own business.
Okay.
I had a thought that we could slip something in here that we have been remiss.
Oh, okay.
In doing.
Okay.
Because I just for today had a twit that I put up on our twit page.
Okay.
And you can twit us at and it's Doc and Amy Show at Doc and Amy Show. along with all of the other means we've always mentioned that you can get, by which you can contact us. This is going to be the Mother's Day Twit of the Week. Here to introduce that, go for it, John.
And now, Doc and Amy's Twit of the Week.
I can't tell you how much I love that. Okay, so my Mother's Day twit, it's up on our page at Doc and Amy Show, and it goes like this. Happy Mother's Day. It was, quote, Mom doesn't lift a finger day at our house until I made something of a humorous comment, and she lifted one anyway. So that actually happened. I thought I would just share that with our twit mates.
That's great. I did not do that, by the way.
Okay, whatever.
I don't do that.
Huh?
I don't give the finger. That's not something I really do. Once in a while in the car or something, but people really irritate me.
You know, I'm right in the same room with you, and there's not a chance I'm going to believe that. So I don't know that they're going to believe it.
Yeah, okay.
Because I know better. So that was our Twit of the Week. I like to try to do that once in a while. It just kind of rounds things out. It looks like... no, I don't want to do that story. That's about veterans not receiving care at the Veterans Hospital. That's not I don't know how I clicked.
No, that's not the best story in the world.
It's not really uplifting. What we want to do, let's see. Today is the 11th, and next week will be the 18th.
Very good.
Yes. Okay. Next week we will be talking about the holidays on the 18th, which are International Museum Day, No Dirty Dishes Day, Visit
was every day.
Yes, Visit Your Relatives Day.
Okay.
So you can go visit your relatives, take them to the museum. That way you won't be in the house. There will be no dirty dishes. I think they're working on a theme.
I think you might be right.
For these concurrent holidays. I really do.
Possibly.
I think it's a plan. And if you notice, if you look at them, it's got to be chicks doing this.
Oh, please.
So, now, did you have something?
Yeah, one more thing. I have to do this. This is another Amazon product review.
Okay.
These are Nike Air Foamposite.
Nike. It's Nike.
Nike Air Foamposite. I say Nike.
I know.
Foamposite 1 NRG. Now these are like sneakers that range from $1,500 to $3,000 a piece.
Those are sneakers.
So here's a review.
Sure,
these shoes are pricey, but you get what you pay for. I worked 60 hours a week all year long, and I was finally able to purchase these shoes. I put them on, and you could immediately tell these weren't your average $60 sneakers. They may have the same amount of foam, comfort, shape, and performance, but they are way more stylish, like $3,000 stylish. Sometimes my daughter complains, though. She'll say things like, "Are we going to eat tonight?" And I'm tired of sleeping in the street. But then I just show her my awesome Nikes, and she shuts her little mouth. Great shoes. Do recommend.
Nikes.
Yes.
Nike. I know. It's easy to say, just do it. So anyway, I just don't like the idea of that swish on my feet. I know.
Oh boy.
Swish means. What's the Labor Day? Memorial Day is
in a couple weeks.
It's the 26th. Okay.
And we also have a...
So it's Sally Ride Day and Memorial Day on the same day.
Wow.
The very last day when they run the Indianapolis 500, I think. I don't know if it's a Sunday or not. The very last day of this month is Save Your Hearing Day, among other things.
That's very interesting.
So maybe, we can do something about those voices in your head.
Okay, maybe.
I'm looking forward to that. Thank you for joining us for another spasm of the Doc and Amy Show. Next week, we against Amy's better judgment, we're going to be possibly doing some live prank calls. You might be on the other end of that. We'll see how that works out. We do want to always let you know that you can visit us and hear our archive shows on thedocandamyshow.com. You can tweet us at Doc and Amy Show. You can call us during our broadcast, 856-227-1360. We would love to hear from you by any of those means. Certainly keep listening. We love hearing from you. Drop us a line, and by golly, we'll see you next week.
I love you more than all the stars up in the sky. I love you more than watching baseball in July. I love you more than all the grains of sand on earth. I love you more than life itself, for what that's worth. But I don't love you more than bacon. If you think you were mistaken, I'm sorry if you feel forsaken, but I don't love you more than bacon.